Kendrick Lamar's 2024 career highlight is a great example of how being consistent and showing up in the big moments can really boost an artist's success. They say the best revenge is success, but trust me, when it comes to Kendrick's run this year, that is a huge understatement. Just a few months ago, Kendrick had to deal with cooked up jabs from what were supposed to be diss tracks from Drake, and now he has gone from having to deal with all that to headlining the Super Bowl halftime show, making history and putting rap front and center on one of the biggest stages in the world. I mean, the story doesn't get any better than that. No matter how you look at it, Kendrick Lamar's upcoming Super Bowl halftime show is a huge deal for both him and the global recognition of hip-hop. Based on his run this year, there's no doubt his upcoming show will be just as amazing, further cementing his place as one of the top names in the game and a key figure in bringing rap to the world stage. But how did Kendrick pull all of this off? How did he go from being targeted by Drake's diss tracks to dropping back-to-back hits, releasing Not Like Us, performing at the Poppin' Out concert, and releasing the crazy Not Like Us music video? The guy has been on an unstoppable streak. If you've been following our videos, it shouldn't be surprising. Throughout the beef, Kendrick has been nothing if not calculated, making all the right moves at just the right time. In this video, we'll break down exactly how these rivalries push artists to bring their A game, forcing them to defend their spot at the top by putting out some of their best work. A huge part of this competition comes from rap beef, where rappers go head to head with several diss tracks, all trying to prove that they are the best and defend their place in the industry. And for fans, this competition can lead to some of the most iconic tracks in hip-hop, created in the heat of the moment when artists are really pushing themselves to be better than the rest. Take the iconic feud between Tupac and the Notorious B.I.G. in the 1990s. The beef in particular went far beyond music and symbolized the rivalry between the East Coast and the West Coast music scenes. It also gave us hard-hitting tracks like Tupac's Hit 'Em Up and Biggie's Who Shot Ya, songs that are still talked about today, heights and solidifying their spots in hip-hop history. One of the most famous clashes was between Jay-Z and Nas, which gave us unforgettable classic diss tracks like Nas's Ether and Jay-Z's Takeover. The beef not only raised the stakes for subsequent rap battles, but also boosted both artists' fame and impact in the industry. But it's not just the guys who've used beefs to rise up. Female rappers have done the same. Nicki Minaj and Remy Ma's high-profile feud, which got kickstarted when Remy's diss track Sheether drew a lot of attention to both artists, thus introducing both artists to even bigger audiences. Though his more recent beefs have made headlines, they're just a part of his long journey of lyrical battles that have shaped who he is as an artist. Looking at these past rivalries helps us understand just how dedicated and creative Kendrick is to his craft and his iconic verse on Big Sean's track Control. In this famous verse, Kendrick declared himself the king of both coasts and named several rappers, including Big Sean, as his competition. This bold statement set off a series of reactions. Some rappers, like the late Mac Miller and Pusha T, brushed it off, while others, like Big Sean, took it to heart. This sparked a whole lot of issues between the two, leading to several diss tracks in the following years. Big Sean's tracks such as the freestyle Me, Myself, and I and No More Interviews included subtle shots at Kendrick, while Kendrick clapped back with lines in The Heart Part 4 that fans interpreted as direct responses. But that wasn't all. The fallout from the Control verse created waves throughout the rap community, leading to various responses from other artists. Beyond Big Sean, Lupe Fiasco felt particularly stunned by Kendrick's claim of superiority. This led to a one-sided feud where Lupe repeatedly tried to challenge Kendrick's skills through tweets and freestyles. Despite Lupe's efforts, Kendrick mostly ignored the provocations, and the beef never really took off. Furthermore, another response came from Jay Electronica, who was also featured on the Control verse. In 2016, Jay Electronica took shots at Kendrick, dismissing his lyricism and claiming to be the better rapper despite his minimal discography. Kendrick responded subtly, especially in his untitled Unmastered project, which seemed to silence Jay Electronica as the feud quickly fizzled out. However, Kendrick Lamar's most notable and enduring feud has been with Drake, which evolved over a decade ago and has become a major storyline in hip-hop. But it was not always like this. Initially, the two rappers collaborated and supported each other, but things went sour within a few years. Their tension began after Kendrick's Control verse, which apparently irritated Drake. That was when they started throwing subtle disses in their music. The beef continued back and forth over different tracks over the years, but came to a head in 2024. Also, if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't, so you don't miss more videos. So how was Kendrick able to win the beef with one of the biggest rappers in the world and end up getting head using precision and calculated moves rather than impulsive reactions? Unlike Drake, who frequently addressed the beef through the public posts and social media interactions, Kendrick remained silent outside of his diss tracks. This tactic gave Kendrick an aura of control and authority, positioning him as someone who let his work speak for itself rather than engaging in petty back and forths. By choosing to release his diss tracks at random yet impactful moments, Kendrick heightened the tension, catching Drake off guard and allowing his music to dominate the conversation without the need for additional commentary. Additionally, Kendrick's strategic win in this beef wasn't just about out-rapping Drake, it was about exposing deeper flaws in Drake's public persona. While Drake's music often centers on themes of success, fame, and romantic conquest, Kendrick used this beef as an opportunity to highlight the shallowness of these pursuits. He subtly positioned himself as the moral superior, someone whose art and message were about more than just fame and wealth. By painting Drake as someone who plays into a superficial, manufactured image, Kendrick shifted the narrative in his favor, making it clear that this wasn't just a beef about words, it was about values. Even after his feud with Drake, Kendrick Lamar used the opportunity to reinforce his status in hip-hop. His Ken and Friends concert went beyond performance, showcasing his commitment to the art and community by bringing out lesser-known West Coast artists like Jason Martin, Westside Boogie, and DJ Mustard. This focus on community and culture helped shift attention away from the rivalry and showcase Kendrick's dedication to elevating the West Coast hip-hop scene. He continued this with the Not Like Us music video, where he used subtle jabs at Drake, including owl imagery, to turn the feud into artistic fuel. Kendrick Lamar, as he has shown that he has a knack for making impactful statements, whether through diss tracks or symbolic music videos like Not Like Us, his Super Bowl performance is expected to showcase his artistic talent while emphasizing cultural messages about Compton and the Black community. And based on past records of carefully crafted visuals, Kendrick's performance will not only prove his dominance in the industry, but will highlight how much his music does for his community, potentially inspiring upcoming artists to wield the power and influence of hip-hop for the greater good. Furthermore, known for turning moments into strategic artistic statements, Kendrick may use song selection and symbols to highlight his down-to-earth approach and leadership in hip-hop. This performance will boost his legacy and elevate the genre, emphasizing hip-hop's cultural and social relevance on a global stage. Nevertheless, Kendrick Lamar's handling of rap beefs has been nothing short of masterful, with each diss track and response carefully calculated to not only win battles, but also elevate his artistry. His ability to rise above conflict has helped him solidify his place as one of hip-hop's greats. This smart, deliberate approach has opened up major opportunities for Kendrick, including from the early days of rap feuds to now headlining one of the biggest stages in the world. Kendrick has evolved into a global icon. But this performance will be more than just entertainment for him. Given his history, Kendrick is likely to use his platform to address the important social issues that have always been a key part of his music. All we can do now is wait. So what do you think of Kendrick Lamar's rap beefs? Do you agree that he has deliberately, through his insightfulness, scaled through all of them and come out on the winning side? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss when we drop videos about further developments, especially when Drake chooses to reply to all this, because